Good afternoon, Bitcoin and Metaplanet world. My name is Ian Gillespie, and today we will be discussing how Metaplanet thrives even if their mNAV compresses all the way down to a 1. As always, this is not financial advice. Let's get started. Now, to first understand what's going on with Metaplanet's price, we must understand what Metaplanet is doing as a company. Taking a look at their Q2 earnings presentation, we can see their Bitcoin holdings over time has been doing nothing but going up. Additionally, their Bitcoin per share, this slide right over here, which shows you the Bitcoin per thousand fully diluted shares, has also only been going up. So Metaplanet has not only been acquiring more Bitcoin, but they're able to acquire more Bitcoin in an accretive manner where they're able to multiply their Bitcoin holdings greater than they're multiplying their shares outstanding, making it accretive dilution, which is really good for the investors. So everything is looking really good from Metaplanet as a company. Now, why is the price going down? Well, if we take a look at this slide right over here, it shows us Metaplanet's Bitcoin net asset value, Metaplanet's Bitcoin NAV in orange here. And then the white line here shows Metaplanet's market cap. Both of these are represented in billions of US dollars. As you can see, the market cap skyrocketed and then absolutely crashed right down, whereas their Bitcoin net asset value has been doing nothing but really going up. It's slowed down a little bit because they haven't been able to acquire quite as much Bitcoin as fast as they were in the near past. However, as they're able to acquire more Bitcoin over time, and as Bitcoin's price goes up over time, that net asset value would only be going up as long as Bitcoin's price goes up. And even if Metaplanet didn't buy any more Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's price goes up, that net asset value continues to go up. What's been crashing Metaplanet's stock price is that their market cap has been declining rapidly. Now their market cap has so much farther that it can realistically go. For example, right now their mNAV is trading around a 2, so their net asset value, the multiple of that net asset value to get to the market cap is right around a 2. So if you multiply the $2.1 billion in their Bitcoin net asset value, you multiply that by roughly 2, you would get their market cap. What happens if the mNAV, that multiple in net asset value, compresses all the way down to a 1, where that market cap becomes equivalent to their Bitcoin net asset value? Well, here's what I think would happen, and here's why I actually think that it could be good even if that were to happen. So if the mNAV went all the way down to a 1, I think we would actually see the price skyrocket pretty quickly because of the people that are shorting Metaplanet. Now, first, what is a short? Shorts are essentially people who are essentially when you borrow shares now, but then you must buy back the shares later. So you are essentially saying that I want to sell a share now and then buy the share later. To be able to sell that share now, I must borrow it to be able to sell that share now. So people are borrowing shares to sell right now because they believe that the price will go down so that they can buy back these shares later. Now, at some point, though, these shorts are going to have to buy back the shares. So either they can buy back the shares as the mNAV is getting closer to a 1, and in that case, it's just going to expand that mNAV back up, which is going to increase Metaplanet's capital efficiency, where they're able to buy more Bitcoin at a faster rate because the mNAV is expanding. So if the shorts buy back their shares as mNAV is going back down to 1, at some point it's going to either rise that mNAV back up, and then it's going to be able to restart a flywheel where mNAV expands, Metaplanet buys more Bitcoin because the mNAV is greater, so their capital efficiency is greater, so they're able to buy Bitcoin at a faster rate, increasing investor trust in the company, and expanding that mNAV even farther, which continuously allows Metaplanet to buy more Bitcoin over time, which is very, very bullish for the stock. But what happens even if the mNAV goes all the way down to a 1 and those shorts say, no, we will not be buying back the shares. We're just going to hold on to this short position forever. Metaplanet's going to 0. We're not going to do anything. What happens in that case? Well, in that case, I still think that this is very bullish for Metaplanet. Here's why. In the long run, Bitcoin's price will be rising. If Bitcoin's price rises in the long run, Metaplanet's Bitcoin net asset value will rise. Metaplanet doesn't even need to buy any more Bitcoin for this to happen. They just can't sell any Bitcoin. But as long as they're holding on to the same amount of Bitcoin that they have and Bitcoin's price rises, Metaplanet's net asset value in their Bitcoin will rise as well. And then what happens when their net asset value rises, but the multiple in that net asset value, their mNAV, is already compressed to a 1? Well, in that case, there's a very, very low selling pressure for Metaplanet. Theoretically, the mNAV could compress a little bit below 1, but there would be a very low selling pressure. If the mNAV were to get all the way down to a 1, it would be like virtually zero selling pressure at that point. So then if Bitcoin's price would climb as virtually all of Metaplanet's selling pressure is gone, what's going to happen to the stock price? Well, the stock price must go up because their net asset value is going up, and there's virtually no selling pressure to sell or short the stock if the mNAV was compressed all the way down to a 1. So then as the stock is rising, what's going to happen to the shorts? Well, they're going to get liquidated. They're going to be forced to buy back their borrowed shares, which is going to expand the mNAV back up. So then as the mNAV expands back up, what happens? Metaplanet's capital efficiency increases. They're able to buy more Bitcoin, and then they're also able to do it in a more accretive manner too, where they're not needing to dilute shareholders as much to be able to acquire more Bitcoin because that mNAV has expanded back up. So then as Metaplanet has that increased capital efficiency, they're going to be able to acquire Bitcoin faster. And as they're acquiring Bitcoin faster, what happens? Well, then the investor confidence is going to surge, which is just going to farther continue to expand the mNAV back up, which is going to farther increase their capital efficiency, which is going to allow them to buy Bitcoin even faster. So at the end of the day, their net asset value in the end of this scenario would still skyrocket as their mNAV skyrockets as well, putting Metaplanet to astronomical all-time highs. So regardless of what happens, even if mNAV goes to 1, I think Metaplanet's going to go to the moon. Metaplanet literally does not even have to do anything for quite a long period of time. I believe that if Metaplanet just doesn't even buy Bitcoin, if you take out the perpetual preferreds, I'm still extremely bullish on Metaplanet for this exact reason, because the mNAV can only compress so hard, and then once it gets to about a 1, there's very low selling pressure, and there's only going to be upward pressure from there. mNAV will expand back up. There's no reason I could be bearish on Metaplanet. I am only bullish on Metaplanet. If I'm bullish on Bitcoin, I think there's no way I could be bearish on Metaplanet. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, bullish on Metaplanet. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you like the videos I've been putting out, please consider liking and subscribing to support my work and to support this channel.